Hey, what's up, everybody? Craig Perra here from The Mindful Habit, and you are listening to a broadcast I call Sex Afflictions and Porn Addictions, a broadcast, whatever, to help you create healthy sexuality in your life, and to do it sustainably and to progressively pursue a great life. I believe that those two concepts are, use a fancy word here, inexorable. They cannot be separated. Healthy sexuality and great life is the only solution to counterbalancing the decades of numbing, coping, and escaping. And I am really, really happy to be talking about today's topic, particularly as we go into the holidays. People are more stressed. And look around. Look around. People aren't being kind. You cannot be sober, in my opinion, and also not be kind. And I'm going to give you all the scientific benefits, and I'm really excited to share those with you. So anyway, let me know in the chat if you're listening to me live, where you're listening, watching from. So we've got Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Let me know where you're listening from. So glad you are here. And make sure you sign up, subscribe, or whatever the button is that you want to press, because I'm going to be doing more and more of these as we get into the holiday season. I'm going to be offering discounts on my self-study program. So I want you, my listeners, who make these conversations so valuable and exciting for me. It really, really brings me value. Welcome, Rob, Jewel. What's happening for those of you who are listening? Yeah, let me know where you're listening from. And I really want to talk about kindness today. I want to share with you the scientific benefits. I believe there is a paradigm shift that is occurring for some people. Some people are sucked up into the undertow and angry all the time. Particularly, they're stuck in that news cycle. I hope that's not you. But like that poor bastard, there's no way that he's going to be sober, successful, getting agitated, getting angry, that blood pressure going up, the meanness. So I think that there's one direction where we're moving into a fuck you, I don't care. It's not the New York asshole, because here's the thing about the New York asshole. Yes, they may be short with you. Yes, they may be quick with you, which is the same thing as. But there's a compassion. There's a compassion that I know is there. I know so many people from the city. So in one direction, people are moving into tribalist politics, division, and anger, right? You see that all over social media. In fact, it's so upsetting to me that I've really had to take some serious steps around social media consumption, because watching those events of people screaming and getting angry is really upsetting. It's really triggering. And what the job that I love, like this is like the best job in the world. I have got clients from the entire political spectrum. And we've been 9 years in my group coaching program, 6 years. Never a hostile political discussion. People from every walk of religious background, almost everyone. 27 countries, almost 1,000 guys, or over 1,000 guys, every different religious background, and never a dispute, never a feud. It's just a testament to how awesome my clients are and their goals of like, wait a minute, me getting angry, me putting someone in their place, doesn't make me feel good, because I think, again, that one direction, the new paradigm, the evolution of man, the evolved man. You want to talk brave? You want to talk courageous? The evolved man is vulnerable. He is compassionate. He is empathetic. He is the warrior poet. He grinds, he hustles, he wants to be successful, but he doesn't do it at the expense of shitting on other people. Why? Because he's healthy. Listen to these facts. So here, let me tell you. And by the way, I'm going to put in the chat what I'm referencing. There's some information at the Mayo Clinic, and I know you brothers who are here now. I know you're kind men. I've seen your hearts, but let's face it, right? We can all get angry sometimes. And think about it this: if you can't control your anger, there's no chance that you're going to be able to control and channel the most powerful force inside you that you likely use to emotionally and physically regulate in response to anger. So kindness, first of all, it is teachable. Okay, according to the University of Wisconsin, it's like weight training. You can actually build your compassion muscles and learn how to respond to others suffering with care and a desire to help. It's also contagious, right? Remember the concept, pay it forward? It is also contagious. Here is why I'm pushing kindness on you, not because it's the right thing to do, not because it's what Jesus would do. Now, I am no longer a practicing Catholic, but I take great pride and great, just blazed in the Christian Judeo teachings that I've learned about Jesus Christ and turning the other cheek and loving your enemy. I don't see that a lot. I see a lot of people confused, a lot of people confused reading a different New Testament than I read growing up. A lot of people are not kind, and here is why you should be kind, because witnessing acts of kindness produces oxytocin, known as the love hormone. This aids in lowering blood pressure and improving our overall health. Oxytocin also increases our self-esteem. Does anybody here need a little dose of increased self-esteem and optimism, which is extra helpful when we're in an anxious or shy in a social situation? There was a study, energy, about half of one study reported that they felt stronger and more energetic after helping others. You know, I know, you get what you give. Many in feelings calmer and less depressed. Hello, with increased feelings of self-worth. What have I been preaching since maybe podcast number 1? The root cause, the common denominator of every client that I have ever worked with in some capacity: lack of love for self, low self-esteem, and numbing, coping, and escaping from that low self-esteem, or getting their significant needs met in an unhealthy, self-destructive way. A 2010 Harvard Business School survey of happiness in 136 countries found that people who are altruistic, in this case, people who are generous financially, such as making charitable donations, were the happiest overall. I feel so good when we give to Weave, which is a local shelter for women suffering domestic violence and sexually trafficked. I feel good. And how do you feel after you've made a donation? Okay, not enough information, not enough data to convince you to be kind. People who volunteer tend to experience fewer aches and pains. Giving help to others protects overall health twice as much as aspirin protects against heart disease. People 55 and older who volunteer for 2 or more organizations have an impressive 44% lower likelihood of dying early. And that's after sifting out every other contributing factor, including physical health, exercise, gender, habits like smoking, marital status, and many, many more. This is a stronger effect being kind has a stronger effect than exercising 4 times a week or going to church. I love science. I don't need science to tell me my life is better because I am kind, but it is better. It is better. And I wasn't always that way. Um, Very young in my career, particularly being a lawyer and working at the big firm, and I'm the best. Fuck everybody else. I was not kind. I dare say, I was an asshole, and I was proud of it. I remember making a gentleman cry during a deposition. This gentleman's brother, twin brother, had stolen the proceeds from his closing. It was my job to determine whether or not this brother had anything to do with it, because if he did not, he would be entitled to the title insurance. So I had to ask some tough questions. It was my job. It wasn't my soul. And I remember driving home from that deposition, and I'm pounding, and I lost sight of, wait a minute, I'm not getting information right now. I'm piling on. I'm not, directing the witness in a certain direction so I can strategically be better at asking questions that my clients need answers to before they write this $250,000 check. I was an asshole. I was proud of it. I quit the practice of law 6 months later. Now, listen, I had a host of issues before I found myself where I am here now, but I'll never forget that moment. And it was just unkind for ego, right? What's behind this unkindness? It's a sense of sickness. It's not big energy. It's small. It's big energy masking is small. So being kind, your lifespan. Another study from Emory University: when you are kind to another person, your brain's pleasure and reward centers light up. We've talked a lot about that reward center, haven't we, on this broadcast? It's all about the reward. Why? Because to break a habit, you have to make the right habit that meets the right need. And your numbing, coping, and escaping behavior make that pleasure. It's often beyond pleasure to self-harm, but it is meeting needs. It is a reward. It may have become an unhealthy reward, but make no mistake, it is absolutely doing something for you. Your addictive behavior is meeting needs. And welcome to our new listeners. Let me know in the chat, if you can, where you're listening from, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn. Let me know. Another fact about kindness: like most medical antidepressants, kindness stimulates the production of serotonin, not just oxytocin, but serotonin. This feel-good chemical heals your wounds. Anybody out there got wounds they need to heal? Welcome to the club. This feel-good chemical heals your wounds, calms you down. Anyone feeling a little anxious? And it makes you happy, right? What am my clients who are listening, right? That's why we do the happiness index. What do you want to accomplish? For the love of God, Craig, I just want to be happy. Fine. How do we get there? What does that mean? Let's define it. Let's move towards it. And being kind means you're in control. It likely means that you are being a follower of your faith. You are Jewish, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, whether you are Buddhist, at least part of the foundation of those faiths, and I have the incredible privilege to work with men of all different ones, is kindness. Hey, Carrie from Facebook, welcome. So serotonin. We're talking about kindness today. Talking about the scientific benefits of kindness. I believe it is critical to your sobriety journey. Now, I don't like that word, but for those of you who are new, you know what it means. Healthy sexuality, great life does not equal like being one of these assholes that you see on social media. And let me tell you something, when I see that, here, you want to practice kindness? See someone you dislike who disagrees with you and be kind to that person. Whoo! What's up, Rob? That is very, very difficult. Ridiculously difficult. So we talked about what kindness increases. Now let's talk about what kindness decreases. And there's 5 things that I want to tell you so you can remember that. And I want you to tie together, what often brings people to me is this desire to not do something anymore. To not watch pornography, to not act out sexually, to not use drugs, drink alcohol, to not be a slave to social media. Now, I admire those goals and I want to support those goals, but in order to accomplish those goals, to break a habit, you have to make the right habit that meets the right need. So, healthy sexuality, great life, unkind. Let me try that again just to see if it makes any sense by Kerry. Catch you on the next one. Healthy sexuality, great life, asshole. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. So I want you to see the connection, because when you are kind, we've heard repeatedly through the hormones that kindness impacts, that it increases self-esteem and self-control. Let's talk about what it decreases. It decreases pain. According to science, engaging in an act of kindness produces endorphins, the brain's natural painkiller. Listen, this is a big one. If you know anything about cortisol, you know that it is killing us, and you know it is rampant in our society today when it's not necessary. Perpetually kind people have 23% less cortisol, the stress hormone, and age slower than the general population. I am making a business case to you that kindness must be a critical component of your journey to healthy sexuality and a great life. Kindness decreases anxiety. A group of highly anxious individuals performed at least 6 acts of kindness a week after 1 month. 1 month. And you listen, you know, you get what you give. After 1 month, there was a significant increase in positive moods, relationship satisfaction, and a decrease in social avoidance in socially anxious individuals. OMG. Kindness, health facts, Dartmouth University, the Mayo Clinic. Kindness decreases depression. Stephen Post of Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine found that when we give of ourselves, everything from life satisfaction to self-realization and physical health is significantly improved. Mortality is delayed, depression is reduced, and well-being and good fortune are increased. So what do we know so far? Kindness increases the love hormone, increases positive energy, increases happiness, increases lifespan, increases pleasure, increases serotonin, and kindness decreases pain, stress, anxiety, depression, and last but not least, blood pressure. Committing acts of kindness, according to Dr. David Hamilton, lowers blood pressure. Acts of kindness create emotional warmth, which releases a hormone known as oxytocin. We talked about that earlier. Oxytocin causes the release of a chemical called nitrous oxide, which dilates the blood vessels. This reduces blood pressure, and therefore oxytocin is known as a cardiac hormone that protects the heart by lowering blood pressure. Put this in motion. We need kindness more than ever. More than ever. Let's be part of the solution. Let's not be part of the problem. Let's remember that let's take someone that you disagree with more than anything else. when you put that disagreement in the perspective of habits and belief systems, I promise you, you have far more in common with this person than you have disagreements. And yes, there are wedge issues, and yes, there are people who are exploiting those wedge issues and leveraging anger. Anger drives click, brothers and sisters. Anger drives clicks. Even the title of this podcast, Not Being an Asshole, that's going to get more clicks than just being kind. It's I try to be ethical about it. You'll see very few really, I guess I have been guilty of the sensational title every now and then. I try not to be, but anger drives clicks, and it's harmful. It hurts your body. It hurts your mind. It hurts your spirit. It isn't making the world a better place. And you can contribute to the solution. You can contribute to the solution. Thank you, Kerry, for your advice in the chat. Absolutely. People's interpretations of you is on them. Treat others well. Listen, here's my golden rule. Do unto others. Do unto others. And that doesn't just mean the people I agree with. It means the people I disagree with. And I try to lead with love. I try to lead with compassion. And let's say somebody I love says something that I disagree with, and in some cases vehemently, I focus on what I have in common with that person. I ask myself, does this person love his children just like I do? Would this person throw himself in, I'm talking about a man, throw himself into a car to protect his children like I would? Does he want to be proud of himself? Does he feel, does he get value in helping others? Does he want to be a better person? Right? Does he love his wife? Does he love his family? Does he love his, maybe not his job, but does he have hobbies that we might share together? Maybe music. Maybe we like the same songs. When you even when there's such profound disagreement, I get value in keeping my cool, not losing my temper, not judging other people, and being kind. It has brought to my life. It has brought incredible peace to my life, and it has made me a better person. I hope you take some of these scientific tips and use them to become a better person. Now, this is why kindness is helpful. How to be kind is something that we have covered and we will continue to cover, because that requires tools around self-control, emotional regulation, physical regulation, mindfulness, parts work, purpose. So there's no one solution to, okay, here's all you need to do, because so much of our lack of kindness was trained. Anger is a learned behavior. Bigger the anger, smaller the inner child. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. You'll hear from me again before then. For those of you who don't, please have a blessed, awesome Thanksgiving, and really use it as an opportunity to celebrate what you are thankful for, because I promise you've got a lot more than someone else. There's someone out there who's got it 10 times worse than you. So keep that in mind. Look forward to seeing you on the next broadcast, and have a great day. Hey, Kyle, what's up, man? Any questions? Put them in the chat. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. It looks like there's a pizza on your profile picture, man, and it's lunchtime. It's making me really hungry. All right, everybody, have a good one, and look forward to seeing you again. Make sure you subscribe, like, whatever the process is, so you get notifications. Unfortunately, I'm unable to, I choose not to schedule these. It's more when there's a pocket of opportunity, because so much of my day is filled, but I love doing these. And I just love connecting and love the feedback and love the chat, and wish you all the best. Have an make it an awesome week. Bye, everybody. And Kyle, I love pizza too. Bye.